Welcome to our planet. I'm Brittany Proya. Here are the current conditions. Rules mean nothing. Everyone wants to be different, and yet we all look the same. Barnes & Noble is packed on a Friday night. Jewel is our best-known poet, and bottled water costs more than gasoline. Speaking of gas, those gas-guzzling, road-hogging, and environmentally friendly SUVs provide armored support for our affluent families on the battlefields we once called roads. And don't get me started on the environment. Doesn't it seem like it's perfectly okay these days for us to demolish anything in our path in favor of something newer, bigger, and shinier? Also, our leaders, not to mention our children, seem to think that virtual violence with joysticks is the bomb. No wonder the world stage finally made it to New York on 9/11. And since then, our road rage has become a stepchild to terrorism. Our forecast calls for a bit of a climate change, as Odin tells of his conflicting personalities as both god of war and god of knowledge. There's a slight chance of some slippery conditions, as the ice giants and their leader, Loco, confront Odin for murdering one of their own. We will, however, have a 100% chance of springtime conditions when Loco transforms into Loki and they meet in the love garden. Excuse me, I'm a little ill. And then a high-pressure front moves in as the Berserks, Odin's army, intrude on Odin and Loki. A seasonal change begins to occur when Odin, as the god of knowledge, begins to impart that knowledge to both his allies and adversaries as slowly all become more civil. Are they changed for the good or for the bad? Remember, a warrior who thinks before he strikes may not live to strike. We do anticipate summer conditions as Odin's son, Baldar, and his mother, Frigg, reunite. Frigg encourages Baldar to help Odin deal with his softer side. Baldar agrees. That's all for now. Off we go, round and around, just like a repeating weather pattern. In many ways, it must be just like when Jesus walked the earth. Jesus, doesn't anyone ever learn?
You're never gonna fall this tree. You're never gonna stop atrocity.
I am a Viking, the worst nightmare that you will ever meet. I'll rip your heart right from your chest, just because you crossed my path. An axe or fire can't fall this tree. I am Satan. I am your destiny. Yeah!
You're never gonna have harmony. You're never gonna stop destiny.
There is another side to me, where the pen is mightier than the sword, and paper covers rocks. So I gave my eye so that I could see that side of thought and poetry, where ideas move mountains and brains beat muscle with the same energy that wins a battle writes a symphony, and words are born like peace, love, and tolerance. But enough of that. I must prepare for Ragnarok. The war to end all wars. The cock will crow, the horn will blow, and the world will stop. I must gather my posse and march them to atrocity. Yeah!
You're never gonna have the energy. You're never gonna change history.
You know, someday someone will see, and maybe everyone will really see, that muscle is mediocrity. There are other ways to stake your claim. Win your battle, gain your fame. It's no longer I win, you lose, but a new way called win-win, where yin the dove and yang the beast live in unity. History will repeat itself over and over, like Ragnarok, Waterloo, Normandy. And in the streets it's the same old game, but it's gonna change, and someday you will see. But until that time, you will have to deal with me. I am Satan. I am your destiny. Yeah! It's Odin I see here. Where? Over there. Cut him off. Don't let him escape. He's a dead man. It's been a long time coming. Vengeance is ours. You're a dead man, Odin. You'll beg for mercy. The wrath of our dead brother is upon you. Now you die. You did it! You killed our brother! In cold blood! You and your were not strong enough to kill him by yourself! Fate awaits you! Will be tortured! Fire awaits you! Ultimate! Isolate you! Ashes await your body! You're gonna die! It's you who teams with demons in you who brought change. You who build your fortress walls and you who run untamed. You want to take away the sun and rob us of the seasons. And then you take the moon, leaving darkness and eternal freezing.
This is our land.
Time is changing now.
Want it back?
You can never go back.
Keep your posse out of our way.
Don't you threaten me.
We will take what is
I
ours.
am immortal.
You are a murderer.
You can
A
never
liar. Killer.
Never,
Giant
never.
murderer.
Back off, Giants, stop! Giants, hold the line! Giants, stay! As your leader. sunshine, ice everywhere. We lived in harmony when you brought fire to melt our ice. You brought killing and violence to our life. We don't need your forward change. We want our walls. We want our ice. The cold.
You're in the presence of a God.
You have
a
no
God who sees
strength
the
of your
future.
own.
A God who makes the future.
You can't
The world is growing warmer. The ice is melting. Your land is thawing.
are
You're growing
nothing without
colder.
your posse.
It will be brave.
You will cause
not
no
muscle
more
that
pain.
will melt
You will
your
not take
dreams.
our land.
Russia.
Giants, back off! Giants, go home!
I tell you.
Silence! I don't want to hear this. You will pay. Not today. You will pay at Ragnarok. Now go back home. You, get out of here. Wait for the cock. That'll be the day you will pay. The ice is coming and we'll be home, and you will meet your glorious fire. So go and wait while the cold April sunshine is gone.
It's been a while. I'm glad to be back in your world again.
Let's go over there. I want you.
I've watched you from afar. Your greatness has grown.
Let us go. There's so much I want to do with you.
But first, we must make a pact to let me help you seal your fate.
What kind of pact? I need you as my woman, not my warrior.
You need my body, my mind, and my evil plan. My Odin, god of knowledge, let me share my thoughts with you.
Okay, let me hear your plan.
You give me control of all the aimless souls, the strays, who do what they're told, and I will train them to be bold with blind devotion to Odin. At Ragnarok, the strays will flank the giants on both sides, so when you meet the giants on the plain, the strays will close off the giants on the right, front, and rear. And we will have the giants in a box of death, my dear. So plant a kiss on my lips to seal your fate.
I have some questions for you.
I will question authority.
What do you know of war?
War's the greatest affair.
How will you train the strays?
I am prepared for it.
How will you arm them? Feed them?
They will feast on war for all their needs.
Will you be by my side at
Yes.
Ragnarok?
I wouldn't miss your greatest moment.
Welcome home, come to your mother. Give me a great big hug. Watch your hand, do not forget, you cannot touch my mistletoe.
It's good to see you, Mom. I have been away for so many days.
I bet you wowed all the girls. Did you protect yourself?
Mother, stop talking foolish. I'm an adult, you know.
You've grown up to be such a handsome lad. Yes, you have. Baldur, you are my life, and I must protect you.
Mother, a new day is dawning. I have a gift to give.
Evil, so that almost nothing can hurt you. They have all agreed not to hurt you for eternity, and you are free to be what you want to be. I've been blessed with the gift of seeing the future, and I clearly see you as a God of goodness, a God who's invincible and can never die, a God who is good and can always bring peace and joy. You have a special gift, and it will help you to change the world.
Mother, I know what you mean. A new day is dawning. I can see the ways of the old have grown weary. I can see that violence is not the only way to do things. There is a new way to be, and it requires mind over matter. People everywhere will resist, but you can't stop change. Even Odin must learn. He must adapt and change. The whole world must change. This is my calling. I am the one. I do have a gift of seeing things differently.
I will help you, my Baldur. Help you to make a change, but you must promise to be wary of evil. Even though we have a pact, there's still the mistletoe. Trust no one. I am the only one you can trust. Not even your father, who gave birth to your gift.
What do you mean? Father gave birth to my gift?
Your father knows that the pen is mightier than the sword, so you must free him to think what's in his heart. Baldur, you're the first to think, to reason, to have honor. Odin knows in his heart, for it was he who planted your seeds. He's the god of knowledge. It comes from him. He is also the god of war and needs to be freed. Free to see calm ways to solve problems. And to do this, he must completely change his ways. And once he does, he will show the world. So the key to a better world is through your father. So go, show him the way,
I will help my dear mother.
Teach us all how to
I will.
reason
I
and
will
the
help my
meaning
dear
of
father.
honor.
I will make a
Always beware of
difference.
those who
I
don't
will be a tall
understand.
beacon. My
Baldur,
calling has made me
be
strong.
careful. Remember
Now I
that
am not
I love
afraid.
you. Those ancients created quite a storm, didn't they? Especially those berserks. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "Our greatest enemy is genuine ignorance." Some things never change. We still need a vaccine for the ignorance and the mistakes of our gods. Our Storm Trekker 5000 is showing us some turbulent conditions ahead. Deception, murder, mayhem, and more. The harsh realities of winter arrive when Odin's spy planes, the Ravens, eavesdrop as Loki tells the giants of her plan to deceive Odin and defeat him when they meet in battle. They rush back to tell Odin of Loko's plan. Odin goes into a full winter blitz and readies his armies for the war to end all wars, Ragnarok. The winter chill hits when Frigg reveals the one sure way to kill her beloved son Baldur, and reveals it to his potential killer. Coming up next, the beauty and ugliness of nature all in one package as we experience the ride of the Valkyries. Watch as they fortify Odin's Valhalla with the slain heroes of previous wars.
my supreme giants, gather near. As you know, the old days, the cold days are returning to us. Once we kill and defeat Odin at Ragnarok, the chill will begin. I have made sure of our victory. Every detail is in place. You see, I have personally befriended Odin, and he doesn't even know it. Yes, he thinks I'm his lover. I changed my body and personality to become Loki. Odin has the hots for Loki. Odin has agreed to turn over all his weakened souls, the strays to Loki, and she will train them for battle. He thinks they're trained to fight for him, but it's all a plot. For you see, at the battle of Ragnarok, Loki will have trained all the strays to attack Odin's army. And together, with our giant might, we will crush Odin and his armies, and they'll be gone forever. And the cold, dark days will be ours forever!
My father, I know you. And you know in your heart you must change your ways to show us a better world, a kinder, gentler world where the pen is mightier than the sword, where knowledge and thought will crush violent ways.
Father, my son, you will someday follow in my footsteps. You are a god, and you will someday rule the world. But I must toughen you to meet the cruelties in this world, and together we must work to help your mother and her obsessions.
Father, I know you're also the God of knowledge, and you know in your heart that I am right. There will be a day when everyone can practice honor, reason, and peace. The birth of civility will be changed forever.
Is it?
Loco is Loki.
What?
You are in grave danger.
What are you saying?
Ragnarok! Ragnarok! Loki can change his sex to become Loki, your girlfriend. That's right. Your girlfriend. They are conspiring to get you to give up all the lost souls to Loki, who is Logo. He will train them to fight against you at Ragnarok. Times are silent, starvation, equality, every mother's helpless. The end is near. Ragnarok. Please listen to us.
Father, let me help.
Loco and the giants are coming for vengeance. I must ready my posse and go to the meeting of the gods at Asgard to
Father,
plan.
I beg you, let me help you. A new way is coming. It's mind over matter.
Odin, beware! Loki is the enemy. She may make you famous for other
He's
wrong
as
reasons.
self-absorbed as my mother.
Darkness is upon us as the fearless Odin
its forces for battle.
Your job is to kill without hesitation or thought. I said kill. Are you ready? Are you ready to kill? Kill, 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 kill. Let me see the war dance.
These kids, they're all up to no good. Too lazy to do anything. They're all that way. Oh, yes, they are.
I know one who's not.
And who might that be?
My son, Baldar.
Baldar? What a strange name.
He's a wonderful boy. He's big, strong, handsome. He's a god.
And you're his proud mother.
Baldar's special.
Sure he is.
He's really a god. He's the son of Odin, and he brings us thought, honor, and reasoning. Things we don't have today. He can change the world.
But what?
He keeps having nightmares that he's going to die, but that cannot happen. Because I have arranged his protection. No one can hurt him. No one
Except who? What? Ah, now I get it. Something can hurt him.
Yes!
Ah, is it arsenic?
No.
Hemlock?
No.
Parsley?
No.
Mouse droppings?
No.
Oregano? No! Pine tar? No! Mistletoe? Yes! 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 I have made a pact with all objects except mistletoe to allow Baldur to live in peace for eternity. So your big, strong, handsome Baldur can be hurt by mistletoe? It could kill him! Mistletoe, the symbol of life, can kill my boy? And what's so odd is that I wear mistletoe in my hair, always have. But nothing can hurt my Baldur. I must make a pact with mistletoe. Then nothing can hurt my boy.
Because we can. We need to set an example, and we can't afford to wait. It will be fast. 6 days is all it will take.
Our intelligence is good. They're a threat to our way of life. We know exactly what we're doing.
Just fact. It's time we do the job right. What will our people say?
Don't worry. In a month, they will have forgotten it happened.
We are justified, sanctified.
Father,
I will be ruthless.
I need your ear. Please,
No,
you
no,
must avoid
Lassie.
war.
I will conquer forever.
Your eye, knowledge puts mind over matter.
I am immortal.
War is the failure
Now go.
of the mind
Indulge
and lack of
yourself.
creativity.
Party! Midley, your hands are clean.
Duty calls you, Odin calls you. Fresh blood. Sacrifice.
Red energy, prepare! Ears, nose, hands, penis. Now eat, drink, enjoy your body.
Father knows but is paralyzed by what he knows. He knows that no one can defeat him until that day when someone somewhere uses their mind as a weapon.
And so it was with Odin and the ancients. We've seen it many, many times before through the eyes of many leaders. All of them were totally committed to their beliefs. All of them possessed an all-knowing supremacy. All of them committed crimes against humanity. History remembers. Some people forget that history, while others, even today, cling to the past so much so that it affects our future. The landscape of 1,000 years can be determined by a single storm, and that storm is upon us. The cloud of Ragnarok draws ever so near. Snowstorms, earthquakes, glaciers melting, torrential winds and rains. It's coming. In Act 2. And that's the latest weather. See you after the potty break.